I've heard this, yeah, to get your name correct, because a big pet peeve of yours is everyone just calling you Frederica. I was even told to troll you a little bit, but I'm not doing that.
Like the first thing I noticed, like, so you message me, and then it's like Federica, and I'm like, wow, he got my name right, and I'm like,
Hey,
guys, do I look fat? I just
I'm
ate
back.
food.
Awesome. Man, you're the Henchest atom weight. Come on, you know.
I know.
Did-
I'm literally so tiny. As Kate say, the midget weight.
yeah, definitely. So you've got a fight coming up, your pro fight, BMF 8. Well, in a few days from now, March the 15th.
Yeah.
How do you feel towards it?
I feel ready. I feel super ready. I feel really amazing. Like, I think that's been probably the longest fight camp I've ever had. I always train quite constantly. Like, I never really like take lots of time off or like I don't know, 1-2 months that I train less. I started MMA pretty recently. I started MMA I started fighting MMA like about a year a year and a half ago, and like in a year I had like 7 fights, and then because
Wow.
not
Yeah, I saw.
true, I had to like step up and go pro because I had like 2 pull-outs, and then like you're fighting, no, you're not fighting, yeah, you accept, and then no, you're not accepting, the girl accepts, she's injured, and then she has another fight somewhere else, or like a girl got missing, so I'm like, okay, I understand, maybe Brad was like, I can't keep you here training like not
Yeah.
fighting, so if like accordingly to the experience of the opponent, let's just go pro. When there's money involved,
Yeah.
people is accept, so let's just go pro. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It
it.
makes sense as well. I mean, Kate was I had Kate on the show as well, and she was saying it was so difficult to find fights at amateur. She was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go pro and it'll be easier. And lo and behold, it's actually just as hard being on the amateur scene. Why is it so difficult getting women's fights in within the UK?
There women that really want to fight, and like really do it for a living, it's very hard to find them in here. Like it's most like girls and women that do it for like a passion rather than for like a living, or a lifetime, so they have maybe accordingly to it, they like on the same side, they fight, they train, but they also study and do something else. Don't get me wrong, Kate has 3 degrees, I have a degree as well, I've been a nurse,
Yeah.
I'm hospitality as a manager, management position and everything, and I still have a side job to keep my earning and my income anyway, so that I can pay for my training and everything. But my main thing is training for fight. Like, I want to do this for a lifetime. Like, this is what I want to
Yeah.
do. I'll most of the time, the girl that I've been fighting, or like the girl that I've been proposed to, or like girls that I see that are in the scene, they go to university, they have like a job or a profession in their mind, and they just been training maybe since they're little, or they just wanted like to do it as for passion, a must. I have to fight. I'm prioritizing that. Yes, I want to do it, but if it does work with my normal routine and my other things.
Definitely. I also think, and then just again, I'm just assuming things here because I'm not a woman in this space, but it's probably a societal thing as well. You get like a woman saying, I want to fight to their parents or to their family. They're like, that's not very feminine. Why do you want to do that? You want to get punched in the face? Are you sure you want to do this? Is that the kind of conversations you've had?
What if your face get damaged, and what if your nose get broken, and what look at
Yeah.
this.
Are you going
This
to
is so
cauliflower ear already? Down.
this is so pretty. Oh my day, is horrible. I mean, I love it. I love for me a
Yeah.
badge of honor. Cauliflower's ears are badge of honors, like
Definitely.
I really like them. Of course, like as a girl, it's very like I don't know. It's not really the best thing to ever or look at. But at the end of the day, like there's a different kind of personality. So there's people that prefer like physical aspects, how they look like or everything. I do care. Don't get me wrong. I do care for how I look like, but I'm really like more I really hope that what like shine through and what reach people is my personality, is my vibes, is my passion for everything that I want to do, like my happiness, my enthusiastic way of approaching things, like it's I think like my being me, it's what I want people to look at rather than my physical, my body, my face, or anything. And like, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
different years. Like the first sport I've done is football. You know what I mean? Like I've done football, like soccer, and then
yeah.
doing I've been doing like dance, ballet. My mom signed me up to dance.
Wow.
Yeah. Then I actually started dancing professionally. I was dancing professionally in Italy. I've done like hip hop, jazz, contemporary. I gave up on ballet. It was looking. Imagine. Okay, so it was good. I actually was good. I'm really good at dancing, and I think it's something that everybody can see because I literally spend my life dancing.
I
Everything I
saw.
do, I
Yeah.
round before fight after is my way of breaking up like tension, nervousness, and everything. But like me doing ballet is like picture elephant wearing a ballet skirt.
I
Li-
shouldn't
like,
even laugh at that. I shouldn't be laughing at that.
no. Seriously, I'm like I am just too rough, like not delicate to be that kind of person, and
Yeah.
like with ballet there's lots of like food stuff that needs to be like calculated. Like with ballet you have to be like, and I like muscles, I like being hench.
Yeah, yeah. So that's really interesting that you said that, because another classic example of someone who's really made it into the UFC or as a champion is Valentina Shevchenko. She was actually a professional dancer. I think she did dancing for quite a bit of time. You've got Vasily Lomachenko. He's also was a dancer before that. Has the dancing sort of helped in terms of your fighting ability?
So definitely any kind of sports that give you like a very athletic base, flexibility,
Yeah,
and also like wait, I say that I've done dance is what I've always done, but my family has always wanted me to do sport till a certain time. Then I grew up by myself, like literally after when I was 16. But it's another story. Um, but literally, like I've been signed to dance, I've been signed to volleyball, I've been signed to football, like I've been swimming. So let's say that whatever sport that gives you actually an athletic base, it's helpful, of course, for martial arts. It's still
definitely.
like it's still like um muscle memory, you know what I mean? Like once you start, you to of course like your body change. If you look at my body when I was doing dance, I was like toned, compact, but I was
Yeah,
tiny. You look at
yeah,
me, frame and everything as like leveled up and like get bigger and bigger even before martial arts because I was lifting, but to be honest, I'm sure that even Valentina Shevchenko and all the fighters that you've mentioned, they have seen developing and grown in their body after they
yeah.
switch from the dance transition to the martial arts.
Definitely, yeah. It's all about the fast twitch muscle. But changing gears, yeah, I did see that your deadlift. I mean, I was looking at your deadlift and I was like, oh fucking hell, man, that's it's making me feel embarrassed to start deadlifting 120. I need to start upping
I
my
actually
deadlift.
I 1/4.
140 now. Oh damn,
Yeah, but my best was 146.
that's crazy. That's
One
crazy. I mean, like,
140 per 5 reps, 5 or 6 reps. And so it's 1 rep max. Probably now I'd be able to hit the 160 or 155 at least.
that's madness. How long did it take you to do that?
To be fair, I've always been pretty consistent on my lifting.
Yeah.
I've always done like lots of isometric shot. I've never been as consistent as I am now, which with a strength and conditioning coach as I am with my actual one, Rory Lin. I've been training with him since June, and like I used to. I'm not gonna lie. I probably wouldn't be able to lift this much at this weight if not for his preparation and his help. To be fair, like I used to lift like higher. Like when I had my knee surgery, I went to I was like around like 60 kilos, so because I
That's
was proper bulking, because like after a surgery, like you just want to like prepare your body to like then reintegrate any kind of sport that you want to do, so you want your muscles strong. So I focus a lot on like single leg strength. I always follow like physiotherapy through my Italian physiotherapy, which is literally my ankle. And um then when I came here after the surgery, I met Yonata, which is one of my closest friends and also my actual physiotherapist since 2 years. So I've been like it's been like a merging between like the lifting that I was doing by myself and the physiotherapy that gave me the strength. But anyway, I was heavier than I am now, but I was doing always like under 60, under 70 kilos. And I was like clean and like jerking, like proper
mad.
lifting. I was doing like around 60 kilos, which was still like a good like body ratio. But probably I can say with the hands on a fire, like we say in Italy, that I've never lifted so much at this weight. Like that
Yeah.
is taken me since June probably. But yeah, since I started lifting with Rory, I was already on like 100 100 something, but it was like with the trap bar, or like I was a little bit heavy. Now that I'm like fixed walking around at 54 kilos is different. Like when you walk around at this weight and like
Yeah, definitely.
that is literally like 2.69 times your body weight, so it's nearly 3 times your body weight. It's seriously like something. I don't think I would be able to do it without the all engaging of the chain of all my muscle that Rory
Yeah.
made me do. That had
Yeah.
a big, very big.
You got some ant strength, Federica, for sure. You know, there's you know, and the ants are just like they could lift 1,000 times their body weight. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I saw a video of you kind of beating beating Simeon in a punch machine. That's crazy, man. On in
So that is basically we have a machine here. That so there's something that people don't say, which is this machine can be moved from the sensibility of the touch. Okay.
yeah.
Once they move it to the sensibility, once they move the sensibility, like this will give like 400. Okay. But what happened? Because this machine has been changed, punched, and like so many times, that even when you put it at the hardest sensitivity, when you punch it, if you punch it at same strength, the machine does this. So it doesn't like it doesn't get the full power. It gets just the initial blow and that's it.
Ah, I see.
Like it's done like 400, 600 or something like that. Then when me punching like I'm not gonna decrease my strength, but me punching like at the same time, at the same motion and everything, with less power doesn't make the machine do this.
Mm.
So of course, my punch has been like detected fully. Sim punch has been detected until the machine started doing this.
Ah, I
That's why.
see. I see.
But
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I kind of figured it's something to do with that. But
there
yeah,
was
I'm glad you stayed humble and you're like, nah, it's just a machine. I'm not, I don't hit that hard.
I do it hard.
Yeah,
To
yeah, definitely,
I
100%. I can
I
see.
it's pretty much safe to say that my hands are my like gold. You know, like I've started with boxing. To be fair, like I've started jiu-jitsu. I started grappling no longer than like 2 years ago, not even 2 years fully. And I had the surgery, I've been out, so like it's not that I have been doing much, but I've always been like not really consistent, but I always enjoyed like a bit of boxing, you know, like head movement, bang, bang. Also because, as you said, family don't really accept girls doing any martial arts, and my family, whenever I was gonna say like, I want to do boxing, I was like, no. So first things I did when I just show up to a class and I just signed myself for classes and things like that, and every now very randomly, not like consistently, but yeah, like let's say boxing is my favorite thing.
Yeah, and I've seen it from your fights as well. Like you like to come forward, throw hands. Everything is just 100 miles an hour. Did you develop that start? Is that something you developed yourself, or was it something that you got influenced by other fighters before yourself?
To be honest with you, I really kind of, I don't know, I always watch boxer getting up. You know what I mean? Like, and that gave me like more of like a brawler style, and more like dirty boxing, like roll, move, and everything, throwing these hands, and being like quite wild. But I've been watching like lots of fights before, but like I've never really focused on any fighter in particular. Of course, like after I moved to, and to be fair, like I grew up watching WWE and all these kind of things, so I always like pretty much
Hey, same,
violence.
same, same.
Come on, like
Yeah.
I think like one of like the most traumatic things in my life is when Eddie Guerrero died. Like I was like, oh my days, like,
That's a thing for me as well. That's so funny.
how am I supposed to go through this? Like seriously, like all my days. Then he kind
Hey,
of
come
like,
on, let's see in a heat, man. Come on.
I remember my dad like we were always like playing, and like he was like addicted to Batista, and he was always doing like Batista bomb to me on the bed, and I was like, fuck. And I'm like, I want to learn how to fight. And like, yeah. We always been like kind of wrestling, like to play at home and everything like that. But yeah, like when I moved, of course, England, and I start watching more UFC and like all like smaller organization, of course, like smaller compared to UFC, but not smaller, like in big time, other things.
Big organization still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've always watched like rather than focus on the fighter itself, on like the whole card or like a style or something like that. And then of course, like being in London, I started watching Nathaniel fights and all my teammates that now are my, and before I was watching them, of course. So like I was watching Eddie Warrior, I was watching him on the UFC, I was watching like pretty much everything. So it's just safe to say that I don't focus on a single fighter, but on different style from different fighters. Like the main key, the main key point of my development and like my improvement is always been in every aspect of my life, not only fighting. Um, a very old Italian say that is stealing with the eyes. So like you look and you study, and then you try and do it. And like I've got no egos. Like if I do something wrong or like it's funny, I fall on the floor, or like I mean I share when I get like knocked out or things like that. I mean not knocked out, I've never been knocked out, but like I shared like once Chanel had kicking me, and I was like just dropping on the floor. Yeah. I shared. I don't I don't really mind, you know what I mean? Like this is the gym. Like this is not who you are when you go to fight. Like if you don't try, don't try things on training with your teammates, with your friends, with the people you share your life with, because you see these people more than you see your family. So these people is, so if you don't try and you don't trust them, how are you gonna able to transition that to the fight? Because you know, like we like, I like to consider like fighting like an animal instinct, because everything that I always say to people is, do you remember your fighting transition. Like when you enter in the cage, you do what your body is used to do. Okay. So when you
Yeah.
finish fighting, do you remember? That's something that I ask everybody. Do you remember how you get some position, how you get some stuff? Like, okay, yes, I do remember how I got that crazy double leg on Alice Blackman on Rochester. I do remember because it's been like my first clean, like beautiful double leg, of
Yeah, it's
course.
nice.
Like
Yeah.
most of the don't remember you it's like when you dream, and you remember like a very blurred thing. You don't remember everything. So what I say is when you go to the cage, in the cage, sorry, or you go to fight in a ring or whatever, when you go to fight, it's like animal instinct, it's body, it's muscle memory. So the hard part is the training. So you need to try and do everything that you are not capable, everything that you are capable, everything that you want to do, and any possibility that it can happen, just to be ready to react without thinking during fight, because it's really hard to think while everybody's like,
Definitely.
oh, fighting a Q. Yeah, but fighting a Q is integrate on your mind. When you're fighting, you
Yeah.
perceive, but you don't have time to actually think because there's adrenaline, there's nervousness, there's everything. So, yeah, let's say that I really like training in here also for this reason, because I get beaten up a lot, so I can try different things.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was speaking to a fighter and he's not been defeated in 10 years. And I asked him this question. I'm probably never going to ask this to another fighter again because it makes sense. He goes, "Oh, Julius, you've not lost in 10 years. Do you remember how it feels to lose?" And he goes, "I lose every day in the gym, man. I lose all the time. I get knocked out, I get submitted. There's no difference between me losing there and on fight night. It's just that on fight night, I prefer it not to be on fight night." Is that the case for you as well?
Yeah, I keep saying to everybody, like, I'm not a gym fighter. I'm an MMA fighter. I'm a cage fighter. Like, what happened in the gym, stay in the gym. Like, in
Yeah.
here, every day the nail. But when I go to fight, hopefully, inshallah, I'm always with the hammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not even thinking, okay, now I'm pro, so of course I want to win because this is my life. This is how I'm going to get my money, my family one day, living and like education, and how I'm gonna be able to build up myself and my future. So I need to win. I want to win, but at the same time, how I've gotten through all my amateur career, this long time, 1 year, 7 fights, is experience over matter. Like, I've always say I'd rather do a crazy beautiful performance and lose than do like a boring shitty performance and win. Like, of course you want to win, but on amateur level you want to get as much as minutes and as longer time you can in the cage, and you want to try and do different things, because then on pro is totally another things. Getting hit by like bigger gloves is like a bit different than getting hit from like nearly bare knuckles, you know what I mean? So like you need
Yeah.
to be ready, you need to know how you can push yourself and how long you can push yourself, when it's time to rest, when it's time to not rest, and all these little things. Like I give you like an exhibit, like a proper example, like my last fight on Cage Warrior Academy, the one on June against Riri Axon. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. The same month I had 3 fights. Okay, the first one, the one with Alice, I've got 8 stitches and
Jeez. Oof.
on my eye,
Yeah.
because shoot when she was kicking and I got it at knee, not elbow, sorry, knee. And the moment I heard in 3 weeks you're fighting Riri Axon for the belt, I was crying. I was like, oh my days, oh my days. Of course I want to do it. I'm
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
person that like, no matter who I have, if relatively the experience in the cage is the same, I'll do it. I'll do it. I
Yeah.
don't care. Of course I'm not gonna fight somebody that has like 10, 11 years experience, unless she has a similar records to me. But at the
Yeah.
same, I'm like, I'm a fighter, so I want to fight and I'm supposed to go through challenges. If I don't do
Yes.
this and I don't have this mindset, how am I going to live? Am I going to fight only
Yeah.
back?
Which is really where you can make your mistakes, as you said, isn't it? And pro, it's almost like the stakes are a little bit higher. There's ways to end the fight quicker as well. You've got knee bars, you've got elbows, you've got different techniques to end the fight faster as well. So, it's a little bit riskier for sure.
It's no, what was I was saying is just like you got like a total difference, like you got all differences. It's like fighting pro, it's like longer first of all because you have five minutes rounds, and if you have a title fight, you are in the cage for 30 minutes, for nearly 30
Yeah.
minutes. You realize that, like,
Yeah.
so I need to like be willing to have all the struggles and everything, like time by time, like constantly to be ready for that, because those moments you never get them back. But going
Yeah.
back to our approach to that fight, like I was super scared, okay, like till the moment I jumped, I entered in the cage, I was crying. You can ask Kate. I was like, all my days, like I went to the toilet 8 times. eight
Wow.
eight and I'm
Wow.
like, Kate, like it's okay, like I've trained. Like, bro, calm down, you got this, you can do it. Because of course, like, you're fighting somebody that have like less fight than you, but she has like 2 knockout. Like she beat it up your old teammate, because she fought Nadine, my old teammate, a friend. And like Nadine has crazy much more experience than me, so I was like, she knocked my friend out. Of course, like Nadine had like crazy cut, and she had like also like a bad moment on her life. So like I think that had a much more impact on it. Nothing to take off really, but like I think
Yeah.
Nadine, on a normal like body condition and everything, would have done so much better, because I really rate her. But like what I'm saying is, I was so scared. I'm like, this girl has never done 3 freaking rounds in the cage. Like
Yeah.
she's I'm so aggressive. I'm usually am the aggressive fighter. So I'm like, I've got this like 8 stitches. And I'm like, am I gonna recover? Am I gonna be able? You know what? Fuck it, I'll do it. And I did it. And we did 3 incredible rounds. What the difference between me and her? The experience on, not on the cage, the experience on martial arts. Uh,
Yeah.
was way more composed, and she knew that even just being there without like coming forward and just staying where she was, I was gonna get like, anyway, the same amount. She was gonna get the same amount of like shots and that she got anyway. So
Yeah.
the scoring was 29, 28, 29, 28, 29, 28. So like it was very close. My mistakes was I didn't shoot for any takedown, or I didn't engage for any grappling, because I didn't feel like, first of all, because I like a scrap. Like it's safe to say that I'm pretty much like striking based, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I had been ambered like the week before, so I was like, I don't know if I trust my grappling more. But if I think about it, I'm very frustrated. But I still think that I put a crazy performance on. We won fight
Yes.
of the.
Yeah.
It was a crazy fight. We had hella back and forth, and I was super happy. So I finished, and when they announced her to win, of course, like fuck, I lost, but I was super
Yeah.
happy. You know what I mean? Like she's meant to be like one of the first 10 MMA fighters in the country, and like she's supposed to be like the belt holder on the smaller category, and like on this category, and like I gave her a hard time. You know what I mean? I'm considering myself. I'm still a newbie. I still just started fighting. She's got like 10 years experience on like striking and everything. So I'm like, it's a win. It's amateur. Like records are
Definitely.
for.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think again, that is definitely the way to go, isn't it, man? Put yourself through the fire a little bit. So we asked this to everyone, the anxiety question. How do you deal with anxiety? And obviously that's a really good example. You've obviously had to go through a lot of kind of anxiety and emotions. Peeing 8 times is crazy, by the way. How did you get over that to go into the cage and compose your mind?
I dance. Yeah, I just dance. I just
Yeah. Danced,
I
okay.
I just like, to be fair, like I keep training. I never miss training.
Yeah.
I like think that the more work I get in on the mats, as I said before, the less I'm gonna be suffering later.
Mhm.
So I just keep
Yeah.
training, my head down. When I mistake something, I do it again. I do it again. If there's a position that I don't understand, I'll do it again. And emotionally, I just listen to lots of music. I try to meditate every now and then. I try to surround myself with positive people, and I try to push every day
Yeah.
for like to aim for perfection. I know perfection doesn't exist, but my perfection, like my better version, my best version, will come at some point. So I think I just keep pushing myself. I just think that if I keep, I truly believe that if you do the work, like there's a say, there's lots of say that you can say, like if like you can say if you plant the seed, or you can say the how can you say, there's other say as well. Well, they all come in my mind in Italian, so there's no point on
Yeah.
telling in English. They don't make actual sense. Whenever I try to
Yeah.
say, people, the Italians say, they look at me like, what? Last week
Yeah.
I say to
I've had this
I
before.
what like it was in Italian we have the say that you say chi dorme non piglia pesci, which means if you sleep you don't get the fish. And she was like, what the fuck it means if you sleep you don't get the fish? And
That
I'm
makes
like,
sense to me. I think that makes sense.
I'm like, right, you have to see the figurative, the philosophical way. And she was like, you Italians, honestly. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And there's plenty of it. But yeah, like I just think that if you keep pushing and you keep like putting positivity in everything you do, and you give your 100%, it will come. Like you can't expect that it will happen tomorrow. You can't expect that somebody will come and give it to you. You have to get it, because you are you can have so many people around you. You can have the best coaches, you can have the best friend, you can have whatever, but then what does make the difference is you. So
Yeah.
you have to put yourself into the thing, like, do you really want this? Like, do you really want this? If you
Yeah.
want this, you have to do this and that. And if you're not able to do this and that, reevaluate. Do you really want that? If you really want, you find a way. And I, to be fair, like, there's plenty of examples that I could think of saying to you, oh, I always reevaluate and I always think that I want to do it, because like I work nearly 40 hours per week in waitressing. I train every day at least 2 sessions, so nearly 3 hours. And like I get one day off, and the day off from training, I'm still working. And the day that I get like, and in the morning, like I wake up early still to meal prep for my week food and everything. So like, if you want something, you always find a way to do it. So it's always keep pushing, keep pushing. That's it. There's no other things. There's no secret. There's no like trick or anything. You just need to put your feet down and grind to
Yeah.
get what you want.
Yeah, man. None of this manifestation bollocks. Just do the work, man. I'm gonna manifest all this and that. I'm like, it's really just about
I,
doing the work.
I believe in manifestation. I believe in manifesting something. Once
Yeah. But
I
yeah.
I were angry at my ex-boyfriend, and I say like, oh, I really want him to get something bad, and he had COVID for 3 weeks. So I don't know. Call me a witch, call me a bitch. I don't know. You decide.
So changing gears, Federica, you've got a really kind of a really good crew over at Great British Top Team. We've interviewed tons of you guys now, and just based on your posts, you seem like a really funny person. Are you the funniest one of the group?
um, I don't know. Sometimes I'm the most dumb, so maybe, maybe I am the one that takes more time to understand things sometimes. So maybe that could be funny. And we all like travel on the same line, or like the same line of autism, I think. So
Yeah,
we all get together. We say it takes one to understand one. So like, or I think I mistaken the same, but whatever. Okay, that. And yeah, I think to be fair, every each of us has like funny quality. Like everybody like in this gym has their own personality, like with lots of like characters. Like and it's really nice because like it's nice to be in a gym that still keep a very nice and safe environment and like funny vibes and everything. Despite it's not a community gym, like this is a professional gym. Like people don't come in here to
Yeah.
organize out to go to raves or on Friday after training we all go to get drunk. Like don't do that in here. But we might do it when we go to watch people fight. But that's something
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
comes if we're not in fight camp. But yeah, it's nice to like have this safe vibes and space despite the professionalism and the is the professionalism. I said it right, yeah,
No, you said
professionalism.
it right. You said it perfect. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And the intensity of the training and like imagine that every day you have 50 people on the mats and every week there's at least 2 or 3 people fighting. So and in different countries as well, you know what I mean? Like there's so many of us, but there's always you always find the laugh with anybody. Even if you sit with somebody that you don't know, it will come up with something and you just laugh. Like it's
Yeah.
a very it's a
True.
funny space here.
True. I've literally Alex Lahore, Simeon, Jovan, Kate Bassick, you. I've laughed in every single one of these interviews. It's been fun. It's been a good time. What?
Okage.
Yeah. What does that mean? I just. What does it
It's
mean?
an anime. So it's an anime thing. Like I like anime. That's how I met
Yeah. Yeah.
Chanel. Me and Chanel met each other 3 years ago through an anime group. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
how we. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Okage. It's I don't know if you ever watched Naruto. So
I didn't watch Naruto. I missed the boat on that one actually. I watched the anime, but I didn't watch Naruto, which is crazy.
Naruto, it's I'd say the character I'd think is more similar to me. Like I put myself like I think like I am like him, very stubborn to do everything he wants, very lovable, like driven by love, passion, determination, like always there for his friends, always like trying to. It doesn't matter what kind of like response he gets from them. He always going to be there for them. Like always like this sense of protection and sense of like friendship and like this or like I will be there one day. So basically the Okage is the the strongest ninja in the village. Okay, so in Naruto
Ah, I see.
and Okage is the strongest shinobi on the strongest shinobi ninja in the village, and is the one that is due to protect all the villagers and the people that are.
Okay.
So Naruto always says that I'm going to be Okage. I'm going to be one day the one because he always have been considered as an underdog because he was kind of
Yeah.
like it's clumsy. It's kind of dumb. It's kind of it's loud. It's very loud. It's literally like always speaking, a very bothering and annoying person. It's literally like me. It's literally like me, but like on a nice way, like it's that kind of like
Yeah.
positive energy that gives you a lot of like motivation and like I don't know. I'd say he inspired me. I don't know if I inspire people. I wouldn't say that. I'm very humble, so I would never say I inspire people. But I can see that like a lot of friends that I had and I have like with me close like when they are like in sad moment or anything they can get like the laugh more or anything. So I think I am a bit at least like resembling this positivity of him, not the inspirational side, but the positivity that he has, and like the the passion and the emphasis on living that he has. So yeah, he always say, "I'm gonna get it one day, my ninja way, my way of doing things, and blah blah and everything." And I am kind of like him, so that's why also I get out of
Yeah.
my fighting with the band, which is basically the symbol of the village, and sometimes I wear a hat, which is funny because I wear a hat and Brad wear a hat. Like I've always, of course,
you like
grew
Luffy
up
as well. I was gonna say, don't you? You're a big...
and Luffy as well. So the thing is that I bought the hat because it's straw hat, and my favorite anime is One Piece. That's why I have a massive queen here of Zoro, three face, no one, three face, and my mouth well have Zoro. So like I bought this hat because it's a straw hat, okay, and it's when it was super nice. So I always wear it like to go out and fight as well. But so funny that Brad always wore a hat too. And I've always watched Brad fights and Brad like wore a hat.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
I've never thought about he's wearing a hat. And this hat is actually very similar to what I'm wearing too. So I'm like, so sorry, my hat is similar to what he's wearing too, because he's always wearing it since before me. But like funny, so many similarities, you know, like I'm like crazy. But yeah.
No, definitely.
How
I'm
about
gonna say I'm gonna offend you a little bit, Federica. I only just watched the live action. I told you I mentioned this to Chanel, and she's like, "Oh man, I hate that live action." Like honestly, people just jumped on the bandwagon as soon as it was live action. I'm like, you know, it's good. Did you watch the live action series at all?
I don't
Why
comment.
not?
Live action
No,
sucks.
tell me everything. Why?
When I saw when they chose the cast, they chosen the cast, and I was like, this is not a good cast. This
Yeah,
does not look like Luffy. This
really.
does not look like Zoro. Hey, Zoro, they ruined Zoro. They ruined my Zoro. I'm like, why? Why? But to be honest, you know, they spend like around 23 million for episodes. So, like, to
Yeah,
be fair,
crazy, isn't it?
is everybody that watched it and that always like despise and like say live action sucks say to me it's really good. I watched like 10 minutes just because I was with somebody that was watching it, and I'm like, fuck that shit, I'm not watching live action. But mm, 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 no. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Why did you watch the live action? Why?
I mean, for me, yeah, I have no time to watch all that anime. Like it's 1,000 episodes, so I was like, for me to catch up, I'm gonna have to just watch this 24/7.
Yeah.
So I just
Kate,
thought
Kate
I'm gonna see a
actually
little bit.
Kate actually did a calculation because you know, like me, Kate, and Sim and Chanel are really close
Yeah,
because we all go to conditioning together. We always like in
yeah,
this last months we always been like super close, and me, Sim and Chanel are like crazy fan for One Piece, and we always try to like
definitely.
say Kate, like, Kate, you have to watch it. Kate, you have to watch it. So basically, she made a calculation and she was like, okay, 20 minutes per this, per times that. And she's like, I would be take more than 6 months to watch it if I watch it like for 6 hours per
Yeah,
day.
it's huge. Yeah, it's crazy. Honestly, I don't have the time for it. I mean, I have maybe 40 minutes a day to watch that. I've got I've got too many things to do, honestly. But one final question for you, Federica. You've been amazing. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Well, that's actually very nice question because I wake up every morning and when I open the wardrobe, I have since 2 years a little ticket that says I'll be the best atom weight
Oh, no way.
MMA fighter in the world. So in 5 years' time, I'll see myself being the best atom weight fighter in the world of MMA, and I'll definitely see myself competing actively also in big platform of grappling, because being an MMA fighter, I think being out there in all martial arts is something that definitely help under every aspect, under every like under nervous, for nervous and like pressure for competition or anything, for sponsor, for everything. Like it just gives you like more and more and more. I'll definitely see myself probably with starting or having an idea of a family. if is a bless come true. Like if the situation is
Oh,
circumstances and situation aligns, I wouldn't mind starting my own family, but that's also related to how my career will be at the time, how my financial situation and everything. Because I don't want to do like things with no like reason, you know. But yeah, like I'll see myself shining through the MMA scene. Definitely, that's where I want to be. I'm not fussed about being a coach yet. I want to help people. I want to coach, of course, like in like between camps. Like when I will drop the work where I am now, by the way, Player Social, which is really nice restaurant, and they've been like so helpful throughout all my camps so far. I've been working there for a year and a half, so they always been in my own fights. They even sponsoring me now. So when I will drop, sadly, the job, but good because it means I have a big contract and everything, blah blah. I will probably focus a little bit more on coaching as well. So maybe I don't know, starting thinking also earning from passing, knowledge to other
yeah.
people. But yeah, mainly where I see myself in 5 years is being the best atomwaist fighter in the world. Like that's for sure. That's 30.
Awesome. I love it. Federica, you're awesome. You mentioned earlier that you're not really inspirational. You just inspired me to work a little bit harder. So thank you very
Oh,
much. So
nice.
yeah, you're an awesome guest. In fact, interviews like this is just amazing for an interview. I could just ask you a question and I can just get a whole list of different anecdotes, which is amazing. But hey, look, I'm going to leave it with you, Federica. It's your spotlight. Plug anything that you need to plug. I know you've got your little sponsor on the left-hand side of you. But yeah, go for it, Federica. It's your time.
So I want to say thank you to all my sponsors for this camp and for my fight. Freshly Baked Fightwear, which is a jiu-jitsu based brand, but is really good. Like it's really comfortable. So I really recommend you to have a look on the page and to the lovely model of the page as well. Not saying, but still. And yeah, like the material of like rash guards and everything is amazing. And soon there's gonna be also like more casual wear, so it's really cool, it's really nice, it's very like trippy design, so it's really good and
Ooh,
funny.
awesome.
I definitely recommend everybody to have a look into Vigorate because it's a really good brand for the skin. I've got very sensitive skin. Like I get rashes, I suffer by psoriasis and eczema, and like this is what have basically like kept me like safe and infection free for the whole camp. Touch wood. But yeah, like amazing. So I recommend this. I really recommend you to go and have a look in the Spitalfield Market to Players, which is the restaurant where I work at. There's lots of like interactive games to try. It's ideal for like dates and for like a group or a living party, everything. There's shuffleboard, ping pong table, foosball, I like, which is like the little table football. And the food is banging. It's quite cheap to be in London. And like the location is really sick because the market is cool. And yeah, if you need any help for like body pain, massages, or anything related, even sport or not sport wise, even like pain from like just sitting on the desk and working, my physiotherapist is amazing, Yonata. And yes, my photographer and kind of like media content manager, which is James, which is also like the media manager of the gym, of course. And shout out to all my friends and coaches that have been with me throughout the camp. So of course, like to Brad, Ash, to Archer, helped me a lot. Chanel, Kate, Sim, to all my friends, Chrissy, and yeah, and big shout out to the BMF show that put me in the main card, and I'm really happy. Thank you so much, and big shout out to Lindsay for accepting this dangerous fight. I'm so happy. It's gonna be a cracking contest.
Oh, definitely. I'm 100% looking forward to that. But thank you so much, Federica. You're awesome. Thank you.